Hi, my name is Brenda A. White, and my book is titled Why Not Keep Up with the Joneses? Behaving Your Way to Success. And the book is about getting a reader, not a reader, a mentor, or coaches and people who you can hang around that would help you and guide you into the goals and the plans that God has for your life. So I'll read a message to the reader, the introduction, and chapter 1 of the book. To the reader, keep up with the Joneses for the right reasons. Eventually, your experience will help you discover your own voice and style. Oscar Wilde, an Irish wit, poet, and dramatist, said, "Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery that mediocrity can pay to greatness." Focusing on the first part of that phrase, imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Have you ever noticed that you behave like the people you hang around? You subconsciously take on their behavior, their posture, their mannerisms, and perhaps they take on yours. Influence is powerful. It affects your behavior, your growth and development, and even your character. So it's imperative to choose your neighbors wisely. I wrote this book for me just as much as I hope it is useful for you. I wrote my truth. There are so many books on the market related to careers, influences, relationships, and ethical behavior. Still, these are my experiences, successes, and failures over my lifetime while navigating my career, developing relationships, and leading people. It is designed to teach, inspire, and empower you. In each chapter, I share a story about my experience and wrapped it up with a few nuggets of wisdom. At the end of each chapter, there are a series of questions to help you get focused in the life, career, education, or any area you desire. I hope you'll answer the questions and formulate a plan of action. In some chapters, you'll write a statement as affirmation. Lastly, after chapter 12, you'll read sample conversations or sample short stories where the stories come to life to show a fictional account of the advice shared throughout this book. Upon reading this book, my prayer is that it will encourage you, give you hope, give you a sense of confidence and boldness, help you avoid some mistakes, and that you will have more productive experiences and inspire other people to do the same. The introduction, Jeremiah 29:11, King James Version. "For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord, plans to prosper you and not harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." While providing leadership to thousands of people over the past 2 decades, I often hear phrases like, "Your energy is contagious. You're so inviting. You have a way of getting people to open up. You have a way of getting people to commit to a project or a task. Or you ask the most thought-provoking questions." Engaging people and showing genuine interest in them is so natural to me. No one had to teach me these things. I learned other characteristics of my behavior and my style by associating and interacting with people who had it, the Joneses. My parents and siblings were my original trainers. However, I have observed leaders in work, church, and the community who guided me directly and indirectly and shaped me into who I am today. My experiences have led me to where I am now. For many years, I've heard the phrase, "Don't try to keep up with the Joneses." We understood that to mean that you should not try to get what other people have or do what others do for the sole purpose of competing with them. We consider that act coveting. Coveting the lifestyle of others, being obsessive and driven with jealousy or envy. If one fails to keep up with the Joneses, it's perceived as demonstrating inferiority in that class if you couldn't keep up with the perceived affluent lifestyles of your peers. To avoid the inferiority complex, if the Joneses got a new car, you got a new car. If the Joneses painted their house, you painted your house the same color, even if you didn't like the color. If the Joneses took a vacation, you'd find a better destination, and so on. My parents did not live this way, and neither do I, as wisdom does not prevail in that space. because coveting your neighbor's possession is a sin. One of the 10 commandments in Exodus 20:17, the NIV version states, "You shall not covet your neighbor's house, you shall not covet your neighbor's wife, or his manservant or maidservant, his ox or his donkey, or anything that belongs to your neighbor." Coveting can have you struggling, looking foolish, drive you crazy, and give you an unhappy ending. However, surrounding yourself with positive people to improve your way of life is not a sin. In Luke 1:36 through 42, the NIV version, even Elizabeth, your relative, is going to have a child in her old age, and she was said to be barren in her 6th month, for nothing is impossible with God. "I am the Lord's servant," Mary answered. "May it be to me as you have said." Then the angel left her. Mary immediately got ready and hurried to a town in the hill country of Judea, where she entered Zechariah's home and greeted Elizabeth. When Elizabeth heard Mary's greeting, the baby leaped in her womb, and Elizabeth was filled with the Holy Spirit. In a loud voice she exclaimed, "Blessed are you among women, and blessed is the child you will bear." This story taught me to hang around dreamers, believers, and visionaries as Mary did. She went to Elizabeth, and the baby started leaping inside of her. I desire to help people to be their best. One of my favorite scriptures is 3 John 1 and 2, New King James Version, which says, "Beloved, I pray that you may prosper in all things and be in health, just as your soul prosper." I genuinely want to help people be healthy and successful in mind, body, and spirit. This book will help you get up, get moving toward a better life, changing your behavior, and operating within your strengths and your spiritual gifts. It will also help you to reevaluate what will it take to make you fulfilled, what it will look like extraordinarily, what you will have to contribute and appreciate to make it happen, and overall, helping you become a better you. This book is my story. It reveals how I did it. Throughout this book, you will notice several of my favorite scriptures that have helped me, an example of how I applied them in my life. I keep Colossians 3:23 and 24 NIV at the forefront of my mind because I must always remember my purpose and who I am ultimately serving. It says, "Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart as working for the Lord, not for human masters, since you know that you will receive an inheritance from the Lord as a reward. It is the Lord Christ you are serving." You have the power within you for God to do exceedingly and abundantly above all you can ask or think, according to the power that worketh in you. Now, do you want to keep up? If so, keep reading. Chapter 1, all about the Joneses. 1 Corinthians 2 and 9, New and International Version. "However, as it is written, what no eye has seen, what no ear has heard, and what no human mind has conceived, the things God has prepared for those who love him. These are the things God has revealed to us by his Spirit." Social media is bombarded with memes and quotes. Some are negative, some are humorous, and some are inspirational. Like, "Be inspired, but don't copy. Think positive. Have a great day. Be creative. Get up and hustle every day." These inspirational expressions probably spark an action in someone because it's true that you will behave like the people you hang around, or in the case of social media, the people you follow. Let's think about this for a moment. If you hang around positive, driven, assertive, and in some cases aggressive, happy, and positive thinking people, you can't help but want to keep up with them. If you're not adding value to your circle of friends, you're just taking up space. And to be honest, they probably don't want to be around you, but they're too kind to say it. For my friends and I, we have turned New Year's Eve and celebrations and birthday dinners into encouragement sessions and roundtable brainstorming sessions on how to help each other get to what we want in life. Whether it's starting a business, writing a book, or adopting a child, you need people in your corner to encourage, support, and help you make it happen. Who are the Joneses? The Joneses can be a person, different people, or a group of people who have many experiences, some good, some bad, but through focus and determination, have made strategic moves with these experiences and have become successful in the way they see it. They have combined all of their personal experiences and have made something out of it. It could be in a career, education, physical health, wealth, entrepreneurship, financial management, mental health, relationships, communication, and any other creative endeavors. They did not arrive without standing on the shoulders of others who paved the way for them. The Joneses understand this, and they show their appreciation by helping someone else do the same. What do the Joneses want? The Joneses want continued success on their terms while understanding that continuous learning and planning still lie ahead. They also want peace, stability, equality, fairness, comfortable living, savings, and a wonderful future for their families. Their work ethic is impeccable. They have a team of people in their corner that are supportive, but also hold them accountable to tell them the truth. Why do the Joneses want this? The Joneses have witnessed, engaged, experienced, and appreciate others who have paved the way on the path they would desire to go. They believe in themselves that they can have whatever they desire. They are willing to work hard for it with a continuous learning, discipline, and consistency. How do the Joneses go about getting what they want? They work for it. They ask for it. They assess, prepare, plan, implement, evaluate, and go for it. Whatever the case, they make an assessment and determine how to make it better. What could stop the Joneses from getting what they want? Some of these following actions can stop the Joneses: procrastination, laziness, feeling of entitlement, believing they don't deserve it, holding on to the past, listening to naysayers, but the Joneses don't play in that court. The Joneses stay focused on the goal, understanding that they might change the method at some point, but they don't change the goal. Once it's in their heart, they don't let it go. What are the consequences of the Joneses' actions? The Joneses must own their behavior and the consequences of their behavior. For every choice one makes, there are consequences. They could manifest as successes, failures, new relationships, lost friendships, growth, change of direction, passion, exploration, or a new adventure, to name a few. At some point, one could experience all of the above and still take responsibility for their actions or inactions. The Joneses knew what they wanted and desired. They developed a plan and put it into action. They knew obstacles would occur, but continued to move forward. These are some questions to ponder from chapter 1. You can answer them fully in specific details. Number 1, what do you want? Number 2, why do you want it? Number 3, how do you go about getting what you want? Number 4, what could stop you from getting what you want? Number 5, what are the consequences of your actions? That's introduction to chapter 1. And at the back of the book, I promised 4 fictional stories. I won't read them all, but I want to start reading with Bonnie's sample conversation. It's about her balancing her personal issues, her performance, and navigating her career. The sun had already kissed my face from the balcony of my bedroom. The warm, gentle feel of my Earl Grey tea had already tickled my throat, and the peace I had received from my devotional had settled in my mind. I was in no hurry since the kids were at my mother's for the weekend and she had dropped them off at school. Traffic notwithstanding, I was looking forward to the peaceful drive to the office. After getting dressed in record time and out the door in even less, my fingers slid over the garage button, and as it raised, my entire demeanor changed from what I saw when I saw him lean against the hood of his Chevrolet Impala, smoking a Black & Mild. I rolled my eyes so hard that my left contact almost got stuck in the corner of my eye. I had to think, do I act as if I don't see him and plow him over, or do I roll back and curse the shoes he's standing in and keep going?